mid-19th century, Karl Marx was developing his revolutionary theories. Marx is famous for coining the phrase, "Religion is the opium of the people." Although Marx was raised within a Christian home, by the time he attended college, he was a committed atheist. The overthrow of religion was crucial in Marx's view, which led him to say, the first requisite of the happiness of the people is the abolition of religion. Marx cited Darwin's work as enabling his views. Marx was disenchanted with philosophy and remarked, "The philosophers have only interpreted the world in various ways. The point is to change it." And change it he did. According to Das Kapital, Marx believed that his social theories were on the level of scientific laws such as Newton's laws of gravity, and therefore could predict future events in history. Marx saw capitalism's demise as imminent, naturally giving way to socialism. Capitalism would shortly be consigned to the ash heap of history. Things did not develop the way Marx envisioned. Marxist governments came to power only through military conflict and the bureaucracies they imposed. While Marx was impoverished and relatively unknown during his lifetime, within 70 years of his death in 1883, approximately a third of the entire human race lived under the domination of Marxist regimes. At this point in history, one can confidently say that Marxism has failed and left millions of dead in its wake, and stands as perhaps the clearest example that change is not always good, especially when it is based in false theories. So here we are in the 21st century. The world is speeding on a course away from God, defining a culture and new values apart from God. But we have seen the mistakes that have led to this point, the false conclusions of philosophers who failed to recognize that their arguments were self-defeating, philosophical speculation and assertions promoted as facts while completely lacking in supporting evidence, the notion that the universe did not have a beginning, making a creator unnecessary, blind acceptance of evolutionary theory while the evidence fails to support it, and of course, the failed Marxist social experiment whose atheistic legacy lives on. The ideas that led to the notion that God is dead and Christianity is false have been found to be bankrupt. If we are on a course which resulted from bad information, shouldn't we as individuals consider course correction? What if our culture is headed on a course to oblivion? Shouldn't our society reevaluate the course we are on? If we are on a course away from God because of failed reasoning and theories, shouldn't we return to God? Science has been exalted as the salvation of mankind, and no one can deny the benefits it has brought to our world. But some have claimed that science is incompatible with religion. If this is true, how could it be that perhaps the greatest scientist of all time, Isaac Newton, was a devout Christian? Newton's writings contain over 1 million words devoted to theology. He regarded his own work in uncovering natural laws as merely discovering God's plan for the operation of the universe, so the existence of God did not hinder Newton's work. But why does it matter anyway? To be blunt, we all have an appointment with death, which means that we all have an appointment with eternity. According to the claims of Christianity, we will all spend eternity in a place of unspeakable beauty in the presence of God, or a place of eternal torment separated from God. So if the philosophers and evolutionists are right, you have nothing to worry about. This life is it, and probably the best philosophy is, he who dies with the most toys wins. But if Christianity is right, what you do in this life is critical to your eternal destiny, and we should all be concerned with where we will spend eternity. Jesus says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. Whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe stands condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of God's one and only Son." Even if you are not sure about the claims of Christianity, isn't it worth a few minutes of your time to look at the evidence in support of Christianity?